People ditch that for that other stuff, witchcraft and shit, Satanism.
Well, nowadays, like Satanists hide as pagan, right? They pretend they masquerade as well. We're just merely pagan. The origins of all we're not, and then later it's like actually Lucifer's the light bringer, and yeah.
Oh, Fox, I got a vid for you, bro. Something you'll like for yourself. Brazil had a parade, and the parade was pretty different. It's pretty weird. They had a parade where they had a whole bunch of Satan statues, and they had Satan beating the shit out of Jesus.
Back to
the next day, a flash flood just fucking destroys half Brazil.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so I wanted to give you that one at least, you know.
Yo, hey, George Floyd, bro, his mural got struck by lightning and knocked down, and the mural was literally George Floyd with a halo around his head.
Yeah.
And they painted that fat mural on the wall with a fat fucking halo behind his head, and lightning literally struck the fucking wall and knocked down the cinder blocks. Crazy.
Exactly. You're trying to make a god out of the children of Anuki is not gonna fucking work.
Making a god out of a crackhead loser who's probably not even dead.
The wall itself stayed standing, only the mural part of the wall crumbled.
Yep.
Isn't that
Guys,
crazy?
it's streaming on YouTube, just so you know.
Oh shit.
Okay, so is YouTube gonna block us?
You can't say certain words. Yeah.
Yeah, some of those words, yeah.
Yeah, flag. But don't worry about it. Just pretend it didn't happen. And
Yeah,
just
if
do
you
a
mention
caveat.
my name, they'll ban your ass.
Let's use coded language.
Just do a caveat and say all opinions are of people, not the channel.
We're all playing characters. None of the things we're saying is is portrayed by the words.
Yeah. All playing here.
Where's my Bugatti?
I got me a red Bugatti.
My Bugatti is huge.
Bugatti.
My president's orange. My Bugatti's red.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I lived in Vancouver for a bit, and then I saw it become like a filthy cesshole of fucking sexual immorality and heroin use amongst fucking people and giving them to youths and shit. And this kind of adds on to Fox's point or whatever, because now for the past couple years, Vancouver has been experiencing like the worst forest fires and floods of all time. I think it's because God is active and he hates wicked people.
What a great intro.
The weather's just doing what it always does. It goes in cycles that we can't really appreciate because we only live for 70, 80 years.
Clots jamming.
So do our cycles of wickedness align with the cycles of the earth then? Like we just so happen to get wicked and then natural disasters wipe us the fuck out, and then people are righteous and build it back up and then become wicked, and by the time they're wicked again, it's already the natural cycle for them to fucking wipe us.
It wouldn't be the worst. There's a book that talks about the 7 Umbra cycles, right? Even the other ones that talk about the Kali Yuga, where humanity was punished by the 5 elementals: fire, Sodom and Gomorrah, if you want to call it, mud flood for the 1800s, the deluge, the water flood, and then so on, like the rapture for the wind, which already happened. The Native Americans talk about, humanity was the light of the sky was dark for 3 days, and they had to hide in the cave until the sunlight came back. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Guys, what's happening? And welcome to another show. We are live on YouTube and also over on Discord, hanging out at the Anti-Disinformation League with the crew, as always, the family, as call it. Guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. I am your host, Globe Joker. Killian Weeks over on YouTube. What's up, homie?
What is your rules for YouTube speech censorship? Because I know I don't give a fuck, but I can't enforce that on other people's channels. And maybe you don't have the luck that we do. We just get, repeated strikes with no strikes. So,
just rolling through with what I pull off of YouTube, technically.
So we should censor ourselves or not? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, within the confines of the show, you know how I always have a pretty open chat with the friends, as always, the community. I think everybody keeps it pretty respectful and so on and so forth. I do tend to maintain the. Pardon me?
So we'll just wing it. Cool. I got it.
No, well, I mean, the theme is being presented, right? And going off topic of the theme is kind of, you'd be the odd man out, so to speak. But, yeah, guys, welcome. Please let me know if everything's coming through okay. We're going to get started with the intro. Zombies, always a good time. Is sound coming through?
This guy's tripping out. The music is hilarious.
Hey, you gonna go to jail, man. Oh, this crazy.
In my mailbox.
Oh no!
Hey, bro, what the mailman bring?
The mailman?
Yeah.
Mailman, which one?
The mailman. That one.
Mailman brought it.
You didn't bring it.
Is he called Oscar?
Perfect example of natural selection.
Right? Vaccines are bad, everyone. Vaccines are
No,
bad.
you gotta say jab. You gotta say jab.
Oh, right. We just did that. Sorry.
Shane just gonna push
I really
his luck
suck
for
at
me.
self-censorship.
Yeah,
What
me
is this?
too. I got a big problem.
We get it. You don't give a fuck about YouTube, bro. Respect.
Well, I'm trying to give a fuck about someone else's YouTube. That's the thing, right? Empathy, man.
Does this happen if you subscribe to Pfizer?
No, that's fun. I'm not gonna front. I would like to do that.
Kind of has a Superman feel
Look
to
at
it.
this guy sneaking.
Just gotta remember to keep up your
Dude, he's
feet.
ninja.
It's a turtle.
Clay, will you please understand that vaccines will help? Please understand.
Oh, they do. Yes, yes. We see a good prime example right there.
If we're on YouTube, just remember vaccines.
Good lord.
These
Yeah,
people
listen.
get jabbed almost every day, man.
They're amazing.
Multiple times.
All these, see all this fucking homeless fucks. That's what Vancouver looked like. Then you're gonna see natural disasters wiping these dumb motherfuckers out for being such stupid, wicked crackheads.
I gotta move out of states.
Aren't these all places where they actually support them?
Yep.
Is this Frisco?
Yep. San Francisco, I think it is.
Red bricks. Look at the red bricks. Mud flutters. They're everywhere.
To us,
in
there
these
is no
communities.
greater duty than reporting the truth and fighting back against the corrupt corporate news narratives that are poisoning our country. For us to continue to be the largest
brothers.
independent creator of no-nonsense, objective, conservative news content on the web, we need your help. The help of you and patriots exactly like you.
Yikes.
We can do this.
Wait, so they think Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson is good news, or what? That's funny.
At least Tucker Carlson, I'll give him to him. He's calling out the Zogs.
Well, I think he's getting some of the truth out there. I think someone's script is going off because he started off being like, "Nope, everything's fake. I mean, everything's real, not fake, right?" And then
His
he's been,
research
like,
teams are.
drip-feeding.
Yeah, his research teams are now delving into 4chan's archives.
Guys,
they're so into the
thanks
rabbit
so
hole,
very
they've gone
much
to the
for
4chan
the
archives.
commentary. Appreciate it. We're just gonna push
Tucker's
on
the Alex
with
Jones
the
on
rest of the
MSM.
show. Hey,
Yeah,
likable.
Astrology
That's their
and the
Alex
Book
Jones.
of
Gonna be
Enoch.
geeky. That was pretty good.
Hey.
Sorry, Kiwi, go ahead, man.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. So, the purpose, meat, and potatoes
I
of
gotta
today's
hug your
show
coffee.
is
Let's
actually Sorry.
Unless you left, in which case we're chilling.
Getting the wheels and the cogs of the sky turning. So they say in Enoch's book.
Wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
So yeah, the name of today's show
Just
is
think, he can do Don Pettit so well, but somehow he gets lost
Bro,
in
I was
singing.
totally making fun of myself there.
Are you a really good singer then?
No.
Oh.
I'm not great. I'm not bad. But I'm certainly better than what you just heard. Okay.
So yeah, the name of today's show is Astrology in the Book of Enoch. As was mentioned in the prior.
Are you talking, Kiwi? Nobody can hear you.
He's
what
muted.
the hell? Oh shit, guy! Did I fucking?
I don't like that self geezer.
Oops. I had my audio going out to YouTube but not here locally. Sorry, guys. I apologize so very much. So yeah, as was mentioned in the prior sorry, let me go back here. Yeah, today's show is called Astrology in the Book of Enoch. Again, here I am your host, Killian Weeks. Book of Killian is one of the what would it be, a hashtag I'm hoping starts trending on YouTube. That's my goal. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so in the last episode, the last chats, we discussed Genesis chapter 5 and the sons of Adam and Eve. Bear with me here, just flipping back. There we go. So in chapter 5 Genesis, verse 16, it states, and Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared. Actually, no, I'm just going to go ahead and just go through the order and just chat about it with you guys. So Adam and Eve were the first two people that we know of in the garden. They were banished out from the garden after they took of the fruit. Their first two sons were Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel out of a fit of rage due to their two different offerings. The third son, which is Seth, the replacement for Abel, as Cain killed Abel, was in fact Seth. Now Seth had his lineage of sons, but the one thing I want to park on and just talk about is that when the Lord spoke to Cain about him killing Abel, after he chatted with him, he banished him out into the land. His first son was in fact named Enoch. This isn't the Enoch that we're going to be speaking about today. This is in fact the Enoch that was the son of Cain. A city was started by this person with the help of his father, but this is not in fact the Enoch that we're after. So it's just something that I really want to impose with people who may in fact look at scripture and they may read the name of Enoch being the first name that they see, but that is in fact Cain's Enoch, not Seth's Enoch, and we're here for Seth's Enoch. So Seth had Enos, then Canaan, then Mahalalel, then Jared, and then Enoch. And within the confines of Genesis chapter 5, verses 16 through 27, we find out about Enoch, how he lived, how old he was, and then the fact that he was in fact taken by God. Now, if anybody needs it, wants it, I'm going to copy this link, copy link address. I'm going to throw it in the chat for the Discord family. Actually, if I do that, am I going to screw anything up? I better not. I'll throw this link into the chat later on for you guys so you have it. It's a PDF document. It is searchable, and it's the entire book of Enoch, so you can just go through it, search it, look for keywords, etc. It works really well. I was messing around with it earlier. Now, this next audio I'm going to provide, it's 10 minutes in length. I'm not reading it. I'll save you guys the trouble. But what I am asking here for is patience. It is, as I say, 10 minutes in length, but it does provide a lot of substance for the things that we do talk about on Discord, also on YouTube. And again, guys, here in the chat on with the Discord family, please feel free to join in for any comments or anything as we go. I would like us to throw the ball around a little bit if you feel up to it. Are we good so far?
I have a question. Did you want to wait until the end for a Q&A, or do you want us to just speak out when we have questions?
No, please go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
Okay. So the original slide that you showed, if you could go back to that with the family tree and the ancestry.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm very curious, man. I just want to say this. I'm very curious. I want to learn. I'm just confused. And so we have Adam and Eve, and then we have 3 sons, but no daughters.
That's
Like,
right.
When did Adam and Eve begin to have daughters?
Okay.
Or
That's
did they? Did they have no daughters at all?
And it's a great question, Fleck. Here's the thing. Here where you see other children, right? Now, what's written in Scripture is that Cain and Abel were
They're all sons.
Well, okay.
They're all sons. Every single one of these guys are sons.
Yeah.
Where are the daughters?
So
that's just my question.
Well, in the scriptures itself, they say, and then Adam lived on to have many sons and daughters after he had. They're basically they're pointing out the importance.
No, but they're not here. They're not listed here. I was just genuinely confused. Because this family tree and ancestry shows no daughters at all.
So when you get into Scripture in Adam and Eve, it states that after Cain and Abel and Seth, they went on to have 30 sons and daughters. So 33 kids in total.
Did Adam and Eve have triplets? Was it Cain, Abel, and Seth all at the same time? Was that did Eve have 3 babies at the same time?
No, because Abel died before Seth was even conceived.
Okay, it's cool. I just literally want to figure this out.
It's all good, dude.
No, yeah, it's cool. I'm letting you know.
And one of the questions that has come up for me recently, I was discussing this with Fox, I think it was yesterday, is that when God banished Cain out into the land and said, whatever you create will not be fruitful, and so on and so forth, who did he hook up with to have Enoch?
Right,
the first one. I'm like, what woman did he trip upon at that point? And that's where I start to theorize about, okay, were there other civilizations that existed that he came upon? Right? Because, oh my gosh, Cuddles, right, mentioned the land of Nod, that's where Cain went to. So the land of Nod apparently was a developed society, right? So where did they come from? Because they obviously were established, right? Adam and Eve at that point in time, it's not the same. So it's a good question, right? And that I don't have any answers for. But thanks for asking, dude.
Well, that's the answer. Well, thank you for attempting to explain it, and that's what I've found missing link or part of the history is I've researched this a lot, man.
Yeah.
And it always comes down to this same construct, and there's just no daughters.
Yep.
And then you have this idea of the son or the fallen and mating with the children of blah blah blah, this and that and this, but they're still not documented. Nobody comes up with who exactly was with who to produce these whatever.
I got you. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
All right. So this is the reading, and again, I ask you guys for patience. Again, there's a few things in here that we talk about actively. So guys, like I'm gonna pause it a bit, and please pay attention. Let's go.
His seed may be preserved
Gotta back it
for
up.
all the generations of the.
Sorry. Okay, let's go.
The Book of the Watchers, from the Book of Enoch.
Yo. This is like an epic reading of Enoch.
Parable of Enoch on the future lot of the wicked and the righteous.
Why is it so epic?
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous who will be living in the day of tribulation.
Tribulation.
When the wicked and godless are to be removed.
Removed.
And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man,
righteous,
whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me. And from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one, which is for to come.
Okay.
The Book of the Watchers.
So I
from
can't
the book
pause
of.
it. That stinks.
And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me. And from them I heard everything. And from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation.
So guys, I won't
but
be
for
pausing it.
a
I
remote
can't. I'll
one,
screw it up.
which is for to come. Concerning the elect, I
So just
said,
take it all in.
and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai.
Mount Sinai.
And appear from
We're
his
going to
camp,
talk about this.
and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. And all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. And the high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. And the earth shall be wholly rent in sunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish, and there shall be judgment upon all men. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy shall be upon them, and they shall all belong to God, and they shall all be prospered, and they shall all be blessed. And he will help them all. And light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. And behold, he cometh with 10,000s of his holy ones, to execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness, which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Chapter 2. Observe ye everything that takes place in the heaven, how they do not change their orbits, and the luminaries which are in the heaven, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season, and transgress not against their appointed order.
And I have more coming on this later.
And give heed to the things which take place upon it,
Yeah,
from
for
first
sure.
to last, how steadfast they are, how none of the things upon earth change, but all the works of God appear to you. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds and dew and rain lie upon it.
Lie upon
Chapter
it.
3.
Can't lie on a ball.
Observe and see how in the winter all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees which do not lose their foliage, but retain the old foliage from 2 to 3 years, till the new comes.
Mind-blowing.
Chapter 4.
Dude knows his trees.
And again observe ye the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth over against it, and you seek shade and shelter by reason of the heat of the sun. And the earth also burns with growing heat, and so you cannot tread on the earth, or on a rock, by reason of its heat. Chapter 5. Observe ye how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Wherefore give ye heed and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that liveth for ever hath made them so. And all his works go on thus from year to year for ever, and all the tasks which they accomplish for him, and their tasks change not, but according as God hath ordained, so is it done. And behold how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish and change not their tasks from his commandments. But ye have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord, but ye have turned away and spoken proud and hard words with your impure mouths against his greatness. O ye hard-hearted, ye shall find no peace.
Love it.
Therefore shall ye execrate your days, and the years of your life shall perish, and the years of your destruction shall be multiplied in eternal execration, and ye shall find no mercy. In those days ye shall make your names an eternal execration unto all the righteous.
Righteous.
And by you shall all who curse, curse, and all the sinners and godless shall imprecate by you. And for you, the godless, there shall be a curse.
I think it means
and all the elect
involve you.
shall rejoice,
Like you're gonna
and
be
there shall be
guilty
forgiveness
by
of
association.
sins, and
Imprecate.
every
Doesn't that
mercy
mean
and
implicate?
peace and forbearance. There shall be salvation unto them, a goodly light. And for all you sinners there shall be no salvation, and on you all shall abide a curse. But for the elect there shall be light and joy and peace, and they shall inherit the earth.
The elect?
And then
I
there
hope
shall
that's
be
not the elite.
bestowed upon the elect
Yeah.
wisdom, and they shall all
Nicely
live
caught.
and
I was
never
thinking the
again sin,
same thing.
either through ungodliness or through pride. But they who are wise shall be humble, and they shall not again transgress, nor shall they sin all the days of their life, nor shall they die of the divine anger or wrath, but they shall complete the number of the days of their life. And their lives shall be increased in peace, and the years of their joy shall be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace, all the days of their life.
How many numbers do we have to go
The
through?
fall of the angels, the
Sounds like a
demoralization
really
of
long
mankind,
spell.
the intercession of the
He said
angels
it's
on
cursed.
behalf of mankind.
We're almost. We
The
got 3
doom
minutes left. 3
pronounced
minutes
by
left.
God on the angels. The
Come on.
messianic
I
kingdom.
was like, I knew I was like, Grim will be the
Chapter
one
6.
twist. But we're
There
gonna
came
get to the
times
fallen,
when
and
the
that the
children of
fallen
men
is
had
important because I actually have a
But in
slide.
those
I'm
days were
trying,
born
because I already
unto them
listened to this
beautiful
before in an
and
audio
comely
book.
daughters.
Oh, I appreciate you
And
being
the
here. man.
angels,
Thanks.
the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us
Children
children.
of God. So the
And
angels. So the
Semjaza, who was
Nephilim
their leader, said unto
horned
them,
after earth
I
women.
fear ye will not indeed
Fucked everything up.
agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves.
Okay,
Here we
cool.
go.
There's a
Yo,
pause button.
here we go.
Okay, so Semjaza is the leader of the fallen, right? And he says to them, I fear not that basically, like, I'm worried about, I'm going to do it, and all you guys are going to jump ship and not do it with me. But yeah, this is the agreement that takes place, and why this is so important that I want you guys all to realize, because this is how the Nephilim comes to be, right? The fallen angels come and they take the daughters of men. Don't click play.
By mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swear they
The
all
daughters
together
that are not
and bound
recorded
themselves
in
by
the
mutual
patriarch
imprecations
record.
upon it. And there were
You know,
in
space
all
bar's pause and unpause,
200
right?
who descended in the days of Jared
Space
on the
bar?
summit of Mount
Pause
Hermon.
and unpause.
And
No,
they called
dude,
it
it
Mount
flips. That's
Hermon
what messed me
because
up
they'd
last
sworn
night. I have
and
to
bound
exactly
themselves
the thing.
by mutual imprecations upon it.
Okay.
And these are the names of their leaders. Semiazaz, their leader, Arikaba, Ramael, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Danel, Ezekiel,
Dude, imagine Kiwi trying to say all those names.
Asael, Amaros, Batarel, Ananel, Zachiel,
That's brutal.
Samsapiel, Satarel, Teruel, Jomjamel,
Sariel. These are the
Jomjail?
chiefs of Tammuz. Chapter 7.
There's a lot
All
of
the others
L's.
together with them
Okay.
appointed themselves
Guys,
wives.
here.
Each chose for himself one. And they began to go in unto them and defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants.
Listen up.
And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells,
3,000
who
ells.
consumed the acquisitions of men. And when men could no
More
longer
elves.
sustain
Listen.
them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind.
Thank you.
And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood.
So this is the intro of Attack on Titan.
Then the earth laid...
Right. Okay, I'll pause it now because,
Yeah.
sorry, there's comments and stuff. Sorry, guys, please go ahead.
I know. That's actually pretty good point. All the big beasties of before.
Fleck, sorry, do you have something to say, dude? Sorry, I cut you off.
Man of renown.
Man of what?
What?
Man of what? Renown?
Men of renowned. You know, they were titans.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there.
accusation against the lawless ones. Chapter 8.
Here we go.
And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all
jewelry,
coloring tinctures. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication. And they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways.
Here we go.
Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings. Amaros, the resolving of enchantments.
Spells.
Barakijal taught astrology.
Here we go.
Kokabel, the constellations. Ezekiel, the knowledge of the clouds. Barakiel, the signs of the earth. Shamsiel, the signs of the sun. And Sariel, the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried.
Okay, so this is where I get my identification for where things come from. Enchantments, right? Spells, the root cuttings. Like, you guys are all good with the what's being said here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Witchcraft and obia work.
Pretty much the way the world work, alchemy, magic,
exactly.
Witchcraft. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so very much, gentlemen. I really, really appreciate you on getting that back and forth, because this is the meat and potatoes of where we're going again. So Barak Gajel taught astrology. That's what we're getting into. Oh wow, I'm such a G. I hit escape and ended the slideshow. Well done, Kiwi. Gosh, what are you new? All right.
Dude, epic fail.
Oh, I was so fail. Like, I dragging on my feet on the back of the bus.
I'm so embarrassed for you right now in this
That's all
public
good.
display.
That's-
We should draw it out
Dude,
and make it super awkward.
I'm embarrassed for me. But the joke about it is I'm not really
Point
embarrassed
and
because
laugh.
it's Kiwi. All right,
Video.
so
Click the video.
this is Mount Sinai. Okay, now Mount Sinai, we know it's dry. There's no water whatsoever. But there was a storm that took place in Mount Sinai, the last couple of weeks. But this is some video from Discovered Media.
I am standing now at the base of the real Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia. Now, according to the Bible, there was a stream that descended from Mount Sinai that Moses sprinkled the dust from the golden calf altar into and made the Israelites drink it. And just so happens that we are here after a storm, and so you can see and hear the water flowing down from this creek.
Ah, the creek.
I am standing now at the base of the real Mount...
Oops. All right.
Quick news. In Russia, Yakutia, among the permafrost miners dug up a very realistic statue of an angel. On the internet, people immediately began to discuss what it could mean. Some say that it is a fallen angel who is one of the messengers of the apocalypse. Others say that it is a guardian angel, but you can exhale. As it turned out, the mysterious excavation is just a joke Yakut miners, and they made a lot of noise.
Possible.
Yeah, that thing.
Sorry, go ahead, Clay.
That thing looks like as if someone just, did a poor job with using some concrete.
Dude, it looks like a Sith Lord with wings.
Right? So,
I don't know. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, no.
So possibility of a fallen angel stuff being uncovered all over the earth. Who knows? But anyways.
Angels don't look like that,
Right?
That's the problem.
They do when they're turned to stone by this witchcraft.
How do you know what they look like?
Because the Bible describes them differently.
Right.
They look more
They
like the UFOs and aliens you've seen in Hollywood movies. That's how they're gonna get you, by the way.
Clay, are you saying that the Bible describes angels as not these winged beings that look awesome, but like those biblical real angels that look like they came straight out of Lovecraft?
They look like as if they came straight out of the worst horror movie you can imagine.
Woo! And you think I'm worshiping a bad god?
All right. So
No.
the meat and potatoes of today's show is, oh my gosh, this dang roller mouse. It's too sensitive, I swear. Why is it now? It's going to
Quick news.
the video again. There we go. So I'm going to go straight to this link. So I don't need any of your birth information. This is strictly for you guys. If you want to follow along, you can put this information in yourselves. I'll put in my information so you guys can see what I'm doing. The site itself.
CDOS.
Say what?
You're putting your info.
MAC address, IP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I'm
date of birth.
Because I'm that.
It says right there on that line to put your social right there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Scroll
if you guys
down,
want
put information, hit create chart, and then move on so no one sees it.
Yeah, it's all good.
I agree. I agree. Blur it out. Don't put it on the screen.
Just do it.
No, yes. Now scroll down and just put your information out of the side. Like, can you...
Papa needs a new credit card.
The chart's going to show your information either way.
Exactly.
You can put my information, dude. I don't give a shit.
No.
Shane, let me open a credit card on your name.
Oh, hey, good luck with that, dude. Let me know how that goes.
Can't get credit when credit's not there
bro.
to get.
Can you open it in another screen and then pop it up?
That's all good. I mean, it's thinking about it in my headspace. I'm like, why am I scared of people knowing my birth date? Nothing. Big bad wolf. Boogity boo.
What do you want? Birthday, hospital, hour, day, sign, sun of the moon. Let's come on.
Well, do you want to know? Are you going to do your birth chart? Do you want to know your birth chart? Do you have your birth time and all that stuff?
No.
All right.
Birth time. That's crazy.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, I do.
It's on your birth certificate. If you guys are actually curious, it's on your birth certificate. But that's me. So there we go. So born in Toronto, Ontario, November 16th, 1979, 4:30 a.m. Create chart. Why is it not working? Oh,
Canada is not recognized as a real country.
your country isn't real. You got to try again. Maybe resubmit when it's different.
Dang, homie. There we go.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Got selected with capitals.
All right, so it's gonna give you this squirrely pentagram thingamabobber. I don't know this part. Don't do this at all. But what I do know is, or understand, is the planetary assignments. Pardon me.
Yeah, that's the sky. That's the segments of the sky from Earth. Earth will be in the middle, and then
That's the zodiac, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you just put like the not David Weiss map underneath it, you can put the equator line, the tropics. That's weird.
All right. See, this is why I hang out with you guys.
That's what I did for the Black Sun thing. I threw the zodiac over the map and showed you the precession of the stars, right? Because it kind of fits.
So that's the idea, and that's where I was.
It's a map.
That's where I was going with it. Is that, everybody is very familiar with their sun sign, and that's obviously you're associated with your birthday. But what that specifically is the sun was in fact rising in that placement. So going to the zodiac. And Shane, if you can actually send me that image, I can share that as well to show how it lines up. But it lines up with the zodiac wheel on the outside. So it shows you where everything is and how it all lines up. The four placements that really interest me, that I kind of know the most about from my own personal self, just in how it relates. Your sun sign, so those are kind of like your intrinsic values. So there's 14 different placements: your sun, your moon, your Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, your North Node, your Chiron, Ascendant, and your MC. I'm not sure what the MC is. If anybody knows about that, please feel free to jump in.
Your midheaven.
Midheaven? Thanks, Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your 12 different astrological signs, and all of these 12 different astrological signs all fall within these 14 different placements. So you can basically have 12 times 12 is 144. plus 24. That would be what, 168. So that would be 168 different combinations of potential outcomes for a character or a personality based on their chart. So it just gives you an idea of the complexity that goes in to when you're born and exactly what it means, how it can be assigned. So again, your sun sign, that I understand, is those are like your intrinsic values, your core values, how you kind of operate on an internal level. The moon, from what I understand, is how you love. So that would be your romance aspect. So to say I
emotions
love and emotions. Thank you so much, Jackie. Sorry, what else?
No, I was just saying it's like your emotions, how you express your emotions to the outside world, and your moon sign is actually how people legitimately see you, because it's like the unconscious part of you.
Nice. Love it. Then what are the next two I know about? The ascendant. So the ascendant sign, that's from my understanding, how the world sees you and how you see the world, in terms of, I guess, the sunglasses you kind of wear. My understanding. Jackie, what do you think about that?
Yep.
Okay. And then North.
How you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna be bringing in Jackie in a second to give her a little intro on this entire thing, because we're getting into a part 2 after this, which is gonna be super cool. But on my part, I'm just gonna wrap this up here. I'm gonna throw it over to Jackie just for obviously back and forth. But the last thing that I know about the last sign is the North Node. And the North Node is kind of like your true north, and that's where you're heading to in life. So you basically, from my understanding, spend your journey through life learning how to become this sign, so to speak, which is, for myself, a Virgo. From my understanding, I need to spend more time thinking about things, not always jump right to the end. That was an observation that one of my mentors back when I worked with the city of Toronto said to me. He's like, you have this habit, you always jump right to the end, but you need to spend more time, like, he's like, you're generally right, but you need to spend more time thinking about the middle part, like how things actually come to be. And the perfect example being this realm and us understanding how it works. The finite aspect of throwing around questions and really kicking the ball around and really getting down to it. So appreciate you guys as always, and thanks for listening. So Jackie, within aspects of how I know Jackie and how we've been friends for probably 3 years now, just about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's into the woo woo. She considers it the woo woo, but it's this energetic aspect of life, how people deal with energies and also astrological signs and things of that nature. Jackie, do you want to give yourself a little intro or something, maybe?
I don't think I really need an intro.
Fanfare and announcer.
You could do a song. Could you sing something?
Dance.
Yeah,
Dance.
That's good.
I've been working on the railroad. No.
Right.
Anyway,
That's perfect.
there you go.
But yeah, so that Jackie's been great.
I don't consider myself anything of a master in anything. I dabble in many things. I've always been really super kind of like interested in the woo-woo, like he says, and I have some gifts of my own that kind of help me and understand the woo-woo. I have an innate gift of feeling. I can feel usually people's emotions and stuff like that as well. But when it comes to this, well, he was talking about Killian decided to do this show on astrology charts and all this stuff, which I've dabbled in as well. But why he was saying a part two is I've come across this. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it, and I'm getting into it myself. I just bought the book. I've been researching it for a few weeks. So I purchased like the science of it. Has anyone ever heard of human design?
Human design's awesome, especially for relationships.
Osco, how did I know he knew? Dang. Go ahead. Sorry.
Who's speaking? I'm sorry.
Osco. It's okay. No, Osco's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just getting into human design, which I'm reading the book now, and I'm finding it to be extremely interesting. And even just the explanation of what it is was like crazy to me. So I'm just gonna read you guys this. I'm going through the book and I'm learning this, and then I'm gonna try to like do some charts and figure some stuff out myself, because that's just how I am. Like, I don't want to pay someone to do it for me. I want to do it, you know? So, human design system synthesizes aspects of two types of science: the ancient observational systems of astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Hindi Brahmin chakras, the tree of life from the Zohar Kabbalist tradition, and then the contemporary disciplines of quantum mechanics, astronomy, genetics, and biochemistry. As a logical and empirical and practical system, human design does not ask you to believe anything. It merely offers you the opportunity to explore and experiment with the mechanics of your nature and your evolving consciousness in order to find out yourself and exactly whatever. Anyway, so it's a combination of what he's showing here and like all of like the deep ancient like charts that they use, and then they go ahead and you're using like, it's like they're decoding your DNA. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Love it.
How many different levels there are to this.
Well, thank you so very much for that. Oh, sorry, Jen. Please.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
I was just gonna say
thank
you so very much for that aspect, and what we're planning on doing is basically having a secondary episode to this, and obviously bring in what Jackie's learning, and put it on the table for consideration. At this point in time, within the show itself, did anybody want to talk about their birth chart, have their birth chart checked, find out anything further, or do you want to just close up shop? Please let me know, friends.
I'd add a comment which was just mentioned there that just piqued my ears, was the I Ching, the Chinese astrology charts. They actually work by animals, like year of the rat, year of the horse, and whatnot.
Yep, I'm a water monkey.
Yeah, there we go. I'm an earth horse.
I think I'm a goat.
But if you were to look on a similar thing, I mean, you've heard the analogy that when you look in the newspapers, you've got your star signs and they're kind of generic to everyone. But if you go on to Chinese astrology, I was shocked. I mean, personally, I didn't go into it. Obviously, I don't know how other people feel, but going into that, it perfectly described my mannerisms and traits of the type of person I am. And you get to see that through life once you start experiencing people. People are just as lazy as you, or just got habits, or have got certain things about them that are all connected. I mean, we're not all the same, but there are certain groups of traits that we've got. And I think that the I Ching separates them out nicely. Very good.
Yeah, so what it does, what they're actually doing with this is they take the birth chart information, and that's what the blueprint, that's the blueprint of your personality, right? The programmable part of you, right? And then they take the I Ching, which is the unconscious part of you, the unchangeable things that are imprinted in your body. So that is like the core being of you. You can't change that. You can't change those things about yourself. And that's the I Ching part of it. And then they break it down into a bunch of other things, straight down to your DNA. But like those are the main two like charts that they're using to make a blueprint of your conscious side of you, the person that you think you are, and then the unconscious part of you, the person that you definitely are. And then they bring them together, and they're allegedly, I'm still in the beginning, allegedly they're going to teach you how to make these things work together, and how to, because they're going to connect in different ways. There's gates and lines and all this other stuff, but it just sounds like really cool. And as I'm reading, I did a little bit of preview like on my chart, and this what made me buy the book and go into it is because a lot of the unconscious, the unconscious side of the things that they say about you, I've learned by literally diving deep and going in and trying to pull those things out of you, that getting awareness where you're like, oh my God, this thing says it right there. Like, you know how long it took me to figure that out about myself when it was right here written, like you're like, wow, what, really? So that's why I decided that, because it does seem to be true.
The video you sent me was
at first look.
Yeah, I was gonna say the video you sent me, but I think you said it was a 1.5 or something like that. I was like, holy crap, it's pretty spot on.
Right?
Gives you a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna wrap up the episode on YouTube.
Yep.
And then pull out. Guys, thank you so very much for being here. Appreciate you as always. We're gonna close up the show on YouTube. Have a wonderful evening, and be well, friends. Thanks for being here.